Right, here we go with the 1660s, sponsored by Pro Skills Development. Ian Henning on the front of the grid. It's Wynand Miller that's in there behind him. Then it'll be Wilhelm Meyer. Then in there behind that will be Jacques Jr., the 444 of Tashes van Tonder Jr. And then in behind that, Kursiveus with a new snap change colors on it.
Right, coming through as well is the 69 that's going to be taking his position up there. That is Jacques de Villiers in the 69 machine. Right behind him it's Quinton Venter, and then Ibrahim Dalwai in the 64. Now that car was campaigned at the Cape Al Drivers by a chap by the name of Zeely that raced that car at CHD a couple of weeks ago. I see that car's now in the hands of Ibrahim Dalwai.
So 3 Dalwais out there.
That's
Abdul Qadir, Salim and Ibrahim in the Vicazili car.
Then Tashes van Tonder the third, Kursiveus is in there as well, and then the other Dalwais at the back of the field. Gary, here they come out of Tiger Book Bull's corner.
It's Henning that's going to get the drop on everybody down to turn number 1, and it's going to be Wynand Miller that tries to get in that second position, but it is the 58 that, ooh, there's so much dust, everybody getting it really sideways through that corner. I think somebody has touched the wall, but I don't think it's going to pull out the full course yellow. Hopefully they will get those cars going and not stop on the back main.
Well, here they come down past us. Lap number 1 is in the bag as they head into turn number 1. Full course yellow flag is out. Full course yellow flag is out. That is Ibrahim Dalwai that's standing right in the center of the circuit as the cars dissect him on the inside and the outside. Full course yellow flags is out. This one has been slowed down. Ibrahim Dalwai back up and running again, but it wasn't just Ibrahim Dalwai, it was the 69 of Jacques de Villiers that also had trouble coming out of turn number 1.
There was a very dangerous scenario with the cars coming past the start-finish line, and the yellow not being out at that stage of the fight. The first 6, 7, 8 cars arriving on the scene without seeing the yellow. But luckily, the quality of the drivers out there very, very good. And looks like Ibrahim Dalwai is going to take the 64 off onto the inside. The Best Buy doors and Method doors, or Method as Frankie uses, and Mansfield paints. So it's all about Ian Henning that leads them around. And then the 58 in there behind him, and he's doing very well at this stage of the fight. Wilhelm Meyer, as they come around, they get the white flag. It's Quinton Venter. Then it is Jacques Jr. Then it is already Kursiveus, the birthday boy. Happy birthday, Kursiveus, the 47 car. That's into what I thought was 5th. Looks like Wynand Miller is going to recover his position. That'll move him down to 6th. The 444 of Junior, I think that is going to be probably around about 7th or 8th position behind Abdul Qadir.
Abdul Qadir, I see Skalk van der Westhuizen also busy working his way through. Little Tashes van Tonder the third, Tashes Sean van Tonder as everybody calls him. And then we've got Abdul Qadir Dalwai and the 33 of Salim Dalwai, and then the 69 of the new driver out there, and that is Jacques de Villiers.
Well, they're going to have to keep an eye on the clock of the course. It's going to be restart original positions. Well, a lot of smoke from Ian Henning's motor. I hope that motor is going to last. He's not scared to rev it up whatsoever. Original position, so Quinton Venter is going to have to drop back. I think he was around about 3rd row on the inside, just ahead of Jacques Jr. But the guys are not in their correct positions. Abdul Qadir Dalwai in the ex-JP Junior car coming off the tail end of the field alongside the likes of Salim Dalwai. That Opel Kadett T car was very, very quick at the last event. Let's see if the guys get back into their original positions. Looks like Wynand has got back to where he should be. I don't believe the 77 being on the 2nd row of the grid at all.
Right, we're waiting for Christy Eisen to drop the flag, and away they go. After the restart, heading down into turn number 1. It's Ian Henning that makes his way out of turn number 1. Right behind him is Quinton Venter. Then it's Wilhelm Meyer. Right behind Wilhelm Meyer that goes high and wide, and he's almost up against the wall is Jacques Jr. Right behind Jacques Jr. is a birthday boy, Kursiveus. that's there in that fourth position. That's a top four that is beginning to break away from the rest of the field.
Sean van Tonder, he pulls the 444 to the outside of the circuit, and looks like that car's definitely not doing what it should do. Quinton Venter also moves towards the outside. Perseveres up on the inside of Jacques Jr. up into second place. It's Ian Henning, it's Perseveres, it's Jacques Jr., it's Quinton Venter, it's Salim Delvay, then it's Wilhelm Meyer, but he's just been passed by Skulk van der Westhuizen.
Now watch that fight up front there between Ian Henning and Perseveres, side by side down the back lane. Later on the brakes is Veyers as he sails around the outside of Henning, and bang, into the lead goes Perseveres, Mr. Top Gun himself, working his way out of turn number one, and now opening up the gap there on Henning. That is bogging himself down because here comes Jockey Jr. Jr. dives up on the inside there of Henning, and Jockey moves up into that second place.
Jockey Jr. doing a pretty decent job, I think. Ian Henning, I don't believe that motor is pushing out the same kind of horsepower that it was when this race started. All the smoke has gone away, but yeah, they say when it stops smoking it's because it's run out of oil. Let's hope that it holds together. He's got the 33 Sean's Racing Dalvay in there behind him, just ahead of the 77 of Quinton Venter.
Salim Dalvay just ahead there of Quinton Venter, and that group making its way out of turn number one. Here comes a Skulk van der Westhuizen, Abdelkader Dalvay, and then right there with them is Wilhelm Meyer as well as race leader. Perseveres works his way around Mr. Top Gun himself to start another lap.
Nice sticker job that he's got on there. I must say the Motor Masters Westcape Spares car in second positions in the hands of Jockey Jr. He's up dusted and disappeared away from Henning, while Quinton Venter behind him comes up on the inside of Dalvay. I think that Dalvay will close that line off. White flag comes out for the last lap.
White flag comes out for the last lap as the drivers head down into turn number one. Working his way out of turn one with a half a lap to go. Down the back main is Perseveres. Heading out of the Tiger Pools corner, Gary, bring Veyers to the checkered flag.
Well, you can have a birthday and a race win on the same day. You know that it's a good day. Jockey Jr. comes through in second. Ian Henning in third. Fourth will go to Salim Dalvay. Then Quinton Venter in the VRT Houtwerker Golfie. Then the pro skills of Skulk coming through ahead of Abdelkader Dalvay. And then Meyer in the 58 coming through behind that.
Yeah, did not finish sadly there for Tasha Sean van Tonder and the 64 of Ibrahim Dalvay.